What's up, guys? Iceman here. Welcome to Meditations. So, in my last several videos, I went on about the millennial reign, the biblical concept thereof, and how many in this community are speculating that it already occurred. Hundreds and hundreds of years ago is when it ended. And perhaps we are now in the season where Satan has been released for a little while, depicted in Revelation 20, to deceive the nations. Yeah. Doesn't it just seem fitting? Think about it. All the stuff that we see on the TV, the news, our phones, entertainment, songs, video games, movies, all the shit they're teaching them in schools, academia. You know what I'm saying? It's all corrupt. And the corruption seems endless. The deception, and so forth. I mean, does it seem like we're in the little season? Let me know in the comments. World governments, this and that. You remember what they did a couple of years ago? They all collaborated on that whole thing. Yeah. That sucked, didn't it? It really went to show, I think, for many people that we really don't have that much control. Like here in the USA, people at one point thought we were free or whatever, you know? That like, oh yeah, we have boomsticks. We're allowed to have boomsticks to an extent. Yeah, nobody's going to mess with us because we have boomsticks or whatever. But it doesn't matter, does it? No. And the way the nations are destroyed isn't from outward things, right? Like all the great civilizations in the past fell from within. Yes, they basically just have to brainwash like half of everyone or less and get them to turn against their own nation. You know, get them to hate their own nation, get them to despise it, teach them in school how evil it is, this and that. All this anti-patriotism stuff or whatever. But doesn't it seem like we're in the little season? I mean, the deception's everywhere. And that's what it said in Revelation 20, is Satan will be released for a little while to deceive the nations. You know, what's interesting is, if you Google this up, ancient cities looking like circuit boards, all right? If you Google that, you'll find all these aerial shots of these old washed out ancient civilizations. And they look just like a motherboard from a freaking computer. Isn't that weird? Some speculate that technology as we know it has been around for a long, long time. And it's even a biblical concept. There is nothing new under the sun. That which is has already been. Yeah. Isn't that strange? Some speculate that this stuff has been around for millennia. And the rulers and principalities of this world are just slowly releasing it to us as they please. Where in reality, the technology available to them is far greater than what we know now. Yeah. And then there's that Project Bluebeam thing, where they use like holograms and all that. CGI in the news and all that. Make us think there's some sort of alien invasion or whatever. I mean, who knows? But have you ever seen those images? And, yeah, it's like, I wonder if millennia ago, They had those structures that weren't just like tiny things, though, like a little chip in your keyboard. But it was like a vast city. And it somehow was utilized to generate currents of a sort. Electricity. Just energy waves, you know what I mean? So like they could have used it in a technological way as well back then. I mean, some folks think that this stuff has been around for a while. Like you see the little, the ancient depictions in art of people presumably using tablets or cell phones or computers, things like that, hovering ships and all that, you know? It's like Atlantis or something. But yeah, I mean, I can't help but wonder if what they're up to, those who rule the world, I can't help but wonder if they're resetting the world over and over again. Or recycling it, rather. You know what I mean? There's those photos you can find of this, like, big orphan exile or something, or expanse, where, like, there's, like, these trains bringing in just innumerable amount of orphans. All right, have you ever looked into that? People say that, well, they speculate, where did these kids come from? You know, it happened when they were young. So then there are no stories to tell of the previous world. It's just, they can redawn humanity. Who knows what they did with the adults? Some say they put them in insane asylums. Some say they just killed them all off. But intentionally reset humanity so they could become their gods. You know what I mean? That's kind of where this thing could be going. But where do we go from here? Let me know in the comments. What happens after all of this? If that millennial reign already occurred, has it ended? Or is it still going on somewhere? Can we reach it? Or are we just now expected to die? Will there be another return of Jesus, supposedly? All good questions to ask. But yeah, if you guys will like this video, subscribe to the page. Let me know in the comments what you think about these things. I mean, yeah, it's the whole thing about Jesus already coming back. And he said to the disciples that some of you standing here will not taste death until all these things come to pass. And even those who've pierced me will see me coming back from the sky. All right? He told them they wouldn't make it through all the towns of Israel. He told them this generation will not pass. All right? Seems like it could have happened. And then the letters in the New Testament were filled with such imminency. And how ridiculous is it if they were talking like, oh yeah, we're actually talking about something that's going to happen thousands and thousands of years later. You know, it doesn't make any sense, but nonetheless. Like this video if you guys will, like to subscribe to the page, and let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace be with you.